Well, my name is Doug Allan and I'm a wildlife cameraman. I specialise in underwater and topside in cold, high, remote polar places. That's what I like doing. I was a diver first, and then I was a scientific diver, and I actually worked in the Antarctic. I went to the Antarctic in 1976, and then we had a film crew came onto base, and in that film crew was the great Sir David. He was only David in those days, though. And David came on filming for one of his big series called The Living Planet. It was while I helped them and talked to them that I suddenly thought, you know, these people are doing a job that just ticks so many of the boxes that I enjoy. And so that was the beginnings of my thinking, oh, I could make something of this. It's been great. When it gets really cold, you can get injured really, really quickly in a matter of seconds. But I feel very happy at being able to walk along that narrow line between frostbite and non-frostbite. And just my body looks after itself because it's done so much of it. And it means that I can concentrate 100% on the filming. I would rather get a bit cold than spend all my day swatting sweat bees off me in the jungle or being eaten alive by leeches. Now, I think discomfort is part of the game for wildlife photographers. It's not like -10 to -30, it's just getting a bit colder. It's getting an enormous amount colder. It's not a pleasant place to work. I wouldn't want to film in much colder than that because it's hard to be creative. It's hard to hold the focus. The cold just sucks you in. You can feel lonely, yeah. Yeah, you can feel lonely and you can have sometimes a frustration that it's not my fault, but the animals aren't here and I'm not here at the right time or something. Sometimes you can think, you know, I'm missing out on stuff back home. I think it can hurt if you can miss your family, you can miss your children growing up. But I think you get around it by being really passionate about what you do and recognising that you know, you can't have one without the other. You couldn't do what you do if you were thinking too much about being back home. If I had to pick one animal, it would have to be polar bears. Polar bears are so intelligent and they're dealing with such a changeable environment that every time you go and see them, you will see something slightly different. And they're big, sexy, charismatic animals that also might just eat you. For those reasons, I'd have to put polar bears. This is my lucky polar bear. When I took it away on the first time I took it away, we had a lot of luck on that shoot, so it's come with me ever since. People often ask me, you know, what's the best experience you've ever had? The biggest thing that I've got is hundreds of days of watching these guys. You know, to be given the chance to just go out and look for these animals at different times of year and just see what they're doing. That's the biggest thing. To sink down underneath the ice into these caverns and mazes of blue ice that's different colours and the sunlight shafting through little cracks, and you drop down underneath and hold your breath and you can hear the seals and the whales. You might even hear the ice creaking and groaning as it bumps on the bottom. It is a completely unique underwater environment. The fact that there is an element of, you know, danger, let's say, or it's slightly more edgier than other things, that just gives it the extra buzz. It's just that extra level of satisfaction. I can't imagine anything else that I would have got such sustained enjoyment from, albeit with one or two big drawbacks in a way, but you learn to live with those. It's got to be among the best jobs in the world.